Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Crucible Chat. Yes, it's Saturday, it's that time of the week where I get to talk about whatever the fuck it is I want. My name is Mike, otherwise known as the Gadget Addicts, and in the background you can see another personal best in hardcore TDM on Black Ops 3. I don't know why, I seem to be really good at this mode. You'll see a few dodgy deaths like that one, but I get a massive streak going in the middle, and I felt so good at the end of this match. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about is actually kind of related to feeling good. But it is that, well, I was doing a bit of Christmas shopping last night. Me and Emma were at the Metro Centre. We were just, mildly wandering around. We had some stuff to collect. We ended up going into some shops and buying some things. It was a rather nice evening. Save for people. Yes, just people in general, because there seems to be this strange thing that's happening to society at the minute, when no one seems to actually notice that there are other people around them. You've all experienced this, you're out in the shops, be it doing your weekly food shop or you're out Christmas shopping or whatever, and you walk around and there's someone in front of you who is walking slower than a glacier. And completely oblivious to what's around them. Completely unaware of their space and completely unaware of people who need to get past them or people who need to move around. But that's not even the worst thing. It's rude people. Rude people drive me insane because you know what? Manners cost nothing. And I've worked in enough places, and I've worked in customer service, and I've encountered the worst of rude people. I've encountered people screaming down the phone at me because they can't get Facebook on their phone and shit like that. And people seem to have lost manners. It drives me mad because I like to think that I'm a well-mannered person. If I'm going through a door, I'll hold a door open for someone else to get through as well. I won't just barge through. If I bump into somebody, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'll move on. But no, people barge into you and they just give you a fucking black look. People just push in front of you in queues. I was buying cigarettes the other day in Tesco, which is near my work. And I was waiting in a queue very patiently. Bear in mind, I hadn't had any cigarettes that day, so I was starting to get a little bit unravelled around the edges. But I was waiting patiently in queue, and when it came to my turn, someone just walked in from the other side and took my place and then proceeded to buy like 400 quid's worth of lottery scratch cards, which took ages to put through, and it was the only kiosk in the place. I was about to kill that person. But when I talk about manners as well, I like people to just appreciate other human beings. And then that goes on to another thing that I think people seem to forget these days, that this world is a horrible, harsh, deadly world. And the random act of kindness doesn't seem to be a thing anymore. Like, I was always, again, brought up to help people. And I like helping people. And just the other day, another day where I was buying cigarettes, the person in front of me, she'd lost her wallet. And she couldn't get, I think she was buying a drink for a little kid. And she lost her wallet and she was stressing, she was upset. And I just stepped in and says, hey, look, it's £1, I'll buy it for you. And I bought this bottle of pop. The mother gave it to her child, and she was very thankful and walked out. And it's just a random act of kindness that probably helped her day out a lot. The other thing I've done in the past is when I've seen old people struggling with shopping bags, and I'm going the same direction, I've offered to carry them or help them to a taxi. Stuff like that. I don't understand why people are so selfish these days, that people seem to just ignore the world around them and do their best to just live in their own little bubble, when at the end of the day, we're all human beings, we're all on this planet together, and we're all here to exist together. And people just seem to forget that other human beings aren't as fortunate. Like, you guys, my YouTube subscribers, my viewers, you guys are wonderful, because when I told you about the struggles I was having with depression, all of a sudden, everybody came out and says, oh, well, fantastic. I suffer from depression. I've been through this. I've been through that. And people sharing their experiences with me helped me immensely. And part of me trying to be better in my own head is trying to get that feeling back. And what I like to do is I like to go out and I like to be helpful to people. In any way, shape or form I can. Be it helping people on the internet, like talking to people, or helping people out in real life that I see in the streets who might be struggling with something or might be a bit annoyed with something. Like a few years ago, the snow was really bad around where I lived. And in my street, everybody got snowed in because it wasn't a street that would get gritted or swept. And there was one morning before work, I must have pushed out about 5 people in the street, helped them get their cars out so they could get off to work. But when I was struggling, I had to do it by myself, or rather I had to rope Ember in. You know, the neighbours were very happy to take my help, but weren't willing to give it back in return. And I don't help people to get help back in return, but it's a nice thing to do. You know, you do your best to try and be a good person, and you hope that people would be a good person back, and people would help you back. So I want to start something here. I want people to do a random act of kindness in the next week. I want everybody watch the video if you can. I'm not saying like buy something for somebody randomly, but you know, something random. Even if it's walking up to some stressed looking person at work and going, "Are you okay? Do you want to talk?" Or hell, if you're so inclined, if you see a nice looking girl or boy, or anyone you might be attracted to, just walk up to them and say, "You're beautiful," and walk off. And that's all you need to do. You know, just be nice to somebody, and do it from a place of selflessness. You know, don't do it in the hope of getting something back. Just do it. Be nice to somebody, because I'll tell you what, it is a really fucking great feeling when you are just randomly nice to somebody without any expectations in return. That's the best thing that you can do in this world, because if you turn on the news, you turn on the TV, the whole world seems to be falling apart. It's not, but it seems to be. You've got fucking wars going on in the Middle East, you've got people shooting the shit out of each other, and yeah, just be nice to somebody. Be a nice person, be a good person. And especially if you're having a bad day, go out and just do something nice for somebody. It doesn't have to be big, it can be something very tiny. It can be even just a hello in the street, how are you doing? Just try it, believe me, it'll make you feel great. Anyway, that's about all I've got for you here. This gameplay is winding up. Actually, to be fair, the gameplay, I don't know what happened, like half of the other team just dropped out of the lobby. Which is why this last couple of minutes I've been running around kind of looking for someone to shoot and failing miserably. But I did want to get to like the end of the gameplay to show you the leaderboard, because I was just very, very happy with this. Because again, I came top of the leaderboard and I came top of the winner's circle. There we go. So we go 75 for 50. I didn't get the winning kill cam like last time, and to be fair, last time's was awesome because that was a random grenade that did it. If you want to run this class in hardcore, it's a pretty good one to use. I'm using the HVK30 and 6 Sense and a tracker perk, and it's really helpful. So there you go, top of the winner's circle, and I went 20 for 12. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'm going to leave this here for now. Please do let me know in the comments below what you do, what you managed to achieve, or what you think of my idea of just trying to be nice to people. And come back next week for more Crucible Chat. For now though, thank you for watching, and good night.